Hello friends, and welcome to day 3 of the Go Team Sew Along. Today is a pretty easy day. Today we're just adding the yoke part that we worked on yesterday to the front and back bodies, and that's it. Let's start with the V-neck option, which is, I need to make sure I'm not mixing there. I'm not mixing because I had a vision in mind. I don't want to mix the bodices, although they're the same size, they would both fit. I don't want to mix them up. So this is for V-neck, and the notch going down is my back, and the notch going up on the center is my front. So those are the markings that I put when I cut the fabric. If you didn't, make sure that you know which one is the front, which one is the back. Take your V neckline and overlap your front like so. You can cut the excess corner if you have one, and you should have one. And here you can do a little basting stitch if you'd like. So when it's overlapped, it will look like this. So now with the right sides together, take your front bodies and match that center notch where the overlap is. There should be no stretching. This is a 1-to-1 ratio. So just pin in place your front yoke to the front bodies. Just a couple of pins to hold it down before you stitch it. If you're not comfortable going straight with the serger here, you can baste just the center part in place where you have the overlap. And after day 2 video filming ended, I went ahead and changed my needles on both my machines. I do deserve a pat on the back, but more so, I changed the needle, the cutting blade that you saw how much trouble it was giving me in yesterday's video. I changed it to a new blade. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna post a picture somewhere on the screen here right now of how the blade looked like, and you can tell which one is the new one versus which one is the old. It was bad. No wonder it wasn't cutting anything. So moral of the story, let's use this as a reminder to change our serger blades more often than not. Okay, so now fresh blade, fresh needles, and 1/2 inch seam allowance. Make sure that you catch all layers in the front. See how easy it's cutting right now? Because it's a good blade, even with all those layers. Beautiful. So this is the front. Absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to go ahead and top stitch my seam allowance down, so it doesn't bother me there. And I figured, since I put new needles and a new cutting blade in my serger, I might as well put new needles in the cover stitch. Look at me with all the new needles. Sometimes I like to brag with the little things like changing my needles. So this is what the front will look like. Obviously, once I give it a good steam press, any waviness that might appear right now will disappear. It will be a straight line. For the back, we're going to do the same thing. Take your back yoke and place the back bodice matching the centers. That's why I like putting notches when I cut, so I know everything is matched. Okay. much it for day 2. I'll do another one, but if you're sewing just one, you're pretty much done with day 2 after you top stitch, and promise me you're going to give your seams a good press. I know a lot of people hate pressing, and I honestly hate pressing my husband's shirts. I do. I get you. I feel you. I hate doing that. However, when it comes to sewing, I press all the time because it makes a huge difference. So go ahead and steam press your 2 sides and snap a photo for your day 3 check-in. Now I'm going to go ahead and sew the other one, as I have the hood option, and this one it's actually easier because there is no overlapping. It's pretty much done, the front and the back, it's sewn together. I'm just repeating basically the same step I did on the back. Oops, I don't have the center of this yoke. On the front, see, I forgot to do my center. So I'm gonna find it now. No big deal, just put a clip and then the center front. And I'm repeating the exact same steps that I did for the back of the first one. This pattern itself is really not a difficult pattern. It's a quick one. You can sew it for the whole family. But today's steps are actually super easy. It's like 2 stitchings and 2 top stitching. If you're using your sewing machine for this step, you do have to use stretch stitch for this step, and my favorite one is triple stretch stitch. Usually I do a 3 length on that one, but you have to work with your machine, and it also depends on the fabric that you're using. Okay, so this is for the back. Tomorrow we're going to be adding the details on the sleeves. The details are optional, but it's what makes this pattern special, so I would not skip them. And I'll show you how I do the knit details, and I'll also show you how I do HTV details. So this is done. I'm going to go ahead and give it a good steam press. This is the hood option. I'll give it a good steam press and post a photo of both of my shirts in the comments of day 3 photo of the sew along. You can find the sew along album in the Made for Mermaids and Patterns for Pirates sew along group, and I will see you back here tomorrow to work on the sleeves. Talk to you soon. Bye.